Yes guys, welcome back to episode 11 of Project Ironman. And before we jump into today's video, I just wanted to say thank you for all the support and all the great comments I'm getting from people supporting what I'm doing, all the way through to the inspiration that has been received from watching my videos. I got a comment the other day from someone who's just signed up to their first half Ironman after watching one of my videos, and for me that makes all of this worthwhile. I'm here to share my journey, hopefully inspire some other people, and just share the trials and tribulations I have along the way. So if one person gets inspired from that, that's absolutely amazing, but at very least it means I can look back on these videos in the future and show myself the journey that I had when I'm old and fragile. Now, as of this recording, you are joining me 9 weeks out from the Ironman, which actually makes it seem like it's not too far away. I feel like it was only yesterday when I was saying it's 20 weeks out, or even before that, but time is going very quickly and volume is rising very quickly as well. Which brings me on to the subject of this video. You're about to join me in my biggest training weekend yet. So I'm recording this after the weekend is gone, and it was a tough one, but I'm here recording this video on the Monday, so it didn't go that badly. So I'm going to take you back just over 48 hours where we started one of the biggest rides I've ever done in my life, followed by the next day with a half marathon and what was supposed to be a 2.5k swim at least, and it didn't quite go to plan. Here we go. Yes guys, welcome. I'm about to do the biggest ride I've ever done actually in preparation for my Ironman. So today we have 70 miles on the to-do list, and to be honest, I'm feeling a little bit anxious because it's just a big ride. I mean, I have no reason to be feeling anxious. It is what it is, and I'm going to get it done. But there's just that feeling when you're about to do something you've never done before, there's just that little bit of apprehension, which I definitely have right now, as you can maybe tell. So the biggest ride I've actually done was last weekend, which was 60 miles, and to be honest, it felt fine. This ride I'm about to do though is just over 4,000 feet of elevation. So it's a lot of elevation, whereas last week it was like 1,000. And that's just because I need to get the elevation in my rides, because the Ironman Switzerland event is, I think, 2,000 meters all in all. It might even be 2,000 times 2. I should probably check that. But anyway, we have been getting the bike ready this morning, which has taken a lot of time, which I'm about to dive into. And we've also got some supplements and some things we're taking with us, which I'm going to go through as well. Now, I also want to note, before I dive into that, thank you so much for everyone who is subscribed and who is new here. Since I've uploaded the last video, I've just had a massive surge of views and subscribers, and I'm really appreciative of that. So thank you very much if that's you. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Let's dive in. So I've got the bike here, which I don't really think I've shown much on the channel before, but it's just a very basic entry-level carbon fiber cube Attain. I've got the tri-bars fitted here, as you can see, because I want to try and spend as much time in that position as possible for aerodynamics. It's not specifically a tri-bike, more just a casual road bike. I would like to upgrade before the Ironman, but I don't really think that's going to happen because of finances, and a good TT bike is very expensive, whereas this is just entry level. I've recently made a couple of changes, maybe let's say upgrades. I've added this little pouch here where I can put all my snacks. I've got the watch connection here, so I can actually put my watch that's here uploading the route I'm about to do right now. I can click that on to here. I can load the route and then follow the map on the route there and connect that to my chest strap as well, so I don't have to keep checking my watch and take my hand off the handlebars for that. And then I've never really had a puncture on my bike until the last couple of weeks, and I've had 2. So I've added this pouch here with a puncture repair kit and the pump on the side here. It is very dirty now, as you can see, because unfortunately I live in a flat and I don't have a garden with a hose. So I probably need to get all of that cleaned off next time I'm at a garage or something like that. I was actually on the turbo trainer earlier this week, and for somehow, I don't know how it happened, I got a puncture whilst I was on the turbo trainer. So I have swapped the inner tube out. I still need to pump this up, which I'm going to do in a second. and I'm going to put the bottles in, and I'm going to go over what snacks I've got in here as well. So here we are. We've got 2 Cliff Bars, peanut butter banana. I usually have the white chocolate macadamia, but they didn't have those in stock, so here we are. I've got 2 of these endurance isotonic energy gels with caffeine. So they are from Applied Nutrition, as you can see here. And I've also just got normal gels. These are about 23 grams of carbs, and I think these are also 23 or 22-ish grams of carbs. Yeah, 22 grams of carbs. So basically what the plan is, the reason this is in 2 blocks is because I don't want to have like 2 bars and then just all gels for the last couple of hours. I think this ride is going to take me about 4.5 hours. So what my plan is to have one of these for the first kind of just after the first hour, and then have a gel with the caffeine as a boost, then have this gel another half an hour later, and then that'll be my first block. And then for the second block, I'm going to have the same again in the next cycle. So I'll have another solid bit of food, another caffeine boost, and then another gel. And simultaneously throughout the entire ride, I've got this bottle, which is got 50 grams of this powder in, which is 48 grams of carbs and 300 milligrams of electrolytes. And I'll just keep sipping on that all the way throughout, because you just want to have a steady intake of electrolytes. And then in this bottle, it's just water. So I think this is about just under a litre of water. And that also has 1 tab of these electrolytes in as well, just so I don't get short on there. And I have also got some jelly beans, just in case, in case I want a little snack. They'll be in my back pocket. But these will be going on the bike. These will also be going on the bike, and that should hopefully keep me fueled. I was just thinking that might seem a little bit overkill, but it's always going to be relative to you. I was actually speaking to one guy the other day who regularly rides like 100Ks on the weekends. I was asking him, what do you fuel with? And he said he literally just has a Cliff Bar and water, and that's literally it, and he's fine. Which in my scientific, like, nutritional protocol mind just doesn't sit well. But for me, I'm a 92 kg frame, so I obviously need the fuel. We're doing a lot of climbing today, so I'm bound to be burning a lot of calories. And I also want this to be as specific to race day nutrition as possible, because obviously the time you get on the bike and race, you're already an hour and a half in, which is when your body actually starts needing that glycogen to be replenished. So in those first 10 minutes on the bike, you are already taking on food in the form of, for me, it'll be like solid bars, because they'll be longer lasting carbs. So I just want to try and replicate that now as much as possible, and try and get my gut used to that, try and get the timings right, and just try and get as much practice before the race as possible with those protocols. Okay, I am set, ready to go, and for the first time in a while, the sun is actually out in the UK, and also for the first time in a while, I forgot my sunglasses, but I have just found a spare pair in the gym there, which I work at, so hopefully they do the trick, but I'm not going to put them on just yet. So bike is ready to go, dressed, let's commence. Just check this out. What a lovely day in the Cotswolds. Just over an hour in so far, and the first 16-17 miles has basically been a big climb, but I'm essentially at the top of the Cotswolds now, and a lot of the rest of the way is fairly flat downhill with a few intermittent climbs. But such a lovely day, really enjoying this, and I'm just taking it as an adventure. That's what it is to me. It's not a training session, it's a day to adventure. Let's go. So as you can see there, just past the 3-hour mark and 46 miles, which gives us 24 miles to go. And I've just been in the zone. I feel so good today. I don't know if it's a combination of the weather or the fact I've been, just training hard and well rested today. The nutrition's good. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling good. I try not to jinx that, so touch wood. But 24 miles to go. I'm feeling strong. I am going to stop in a minute at a respectable place to go for a pee, and then we're going to get back on and conquer this last portion. But I'm actually feeling so good. I remember actually when I did my first half Ironman, 56 miles on the bike, and a little bit of a climb now, so I might get out of breath telling the story. But long story short, I remember getting to like 40 miles, 45 miles on that ride and just being in absolute pieces, so sore, whereas now this was good today, so we keep soldiering on. And this is why we do it. Check out those views, or check out that hedge. Wow, that's better. I've got the same car. Lovely jubbly. I also forgot to mention the route took me past my house, so I was able to stop and get my glasses. It's definitely one of those days. Bike is in the back and we are finished with the 70 miles. Now that actually felt really good. I got to the end and I definitely felt comfortable if I had to do more. Now 42 miles more, that's questionable, but I think I'll definitely be ready for that within 9 weeks that I have left. I actually didn't mention as well, I had to do a 15-minute run afterwards, so a brick session. So I did that on the treadmill at what is my goal marathon pace, which is on the treadmill at 6.6 miles per hour, which I think averages out to about 9 minutes per mile. So that's the goal for the marathon pace, to do the marathon in 4 hours of the Ironman. Whether I actually do that or not, we'll see on the day, but finished up. I'm really happy with today's session, so I'm gonna get back now, unpack the car, get some good food, spend some quality time with the family, and tonight we're having some steak to recover before tomorrow's session, which is half marathon run, or just under, actually rounded up to 13 miles, and then I believe it's a 3k swim. So another big day tomorrow before we go into recovery week to round off week 11 of this full training program. Alright, just got back from the half marathon, which felt really smooth actually. It was a little bit slower than normal, partly because I just wanted to keep my heart rate low and stay in the zone 2, but partly also because my legs were pretty dead from yesterday's ride. So it's a fairly steady one. Managed to go all the way through without stopping, and just had 2 gels and a load of electrolytes because it's another nice day, as you'll see in this video. So it's nice and sunny, which meant I was sweating more, getting warmer, so just had to take on a bit more fluids and electrolytes. But I still have a 3k swim left to do today. It's only about 12:30 now, so I'm going to refuel actually with one of my favourite croissants from my favourite bakery, which you've seen in previous videos, the Boulangerie in Cheltenham. And we're going to get a nice lunch in, Sunday roast with the family, and then later on we've got a lane swim session booked at the local 50-metre pool, which will be nice. It's not quite the lake's still quite cold, and the pool that I normally train is 20 metres, so it's gonna be nice to be in a 50-metre pool and get some distance in. So I'm looking forward to that, and I know I'm gonna sleep well tonight. Last night I actually slept like nearly 10 hours, so I was feeling quite fresh today, to be fair. But I know the legs gonna be sore after everything I've put them through, so they're not gonna be very happy with me. Noise. Yeah. So, the weather's been really nice this weekend, until now, when I'm about to do an outdoor swim, but it's in the pool, I'm going to get wet already, so moaning about the rain makes no sense whatsoever. I've got about 10 minutes until the session starts, so I'm going to head in now. The goal is at least 2.5k. It's an hour block, and I don't know if they let you go over, because I probably need more than the hour to get in 3k. So basically the goal is to get as many meters in as I can in 60 minutes. So I'll update you with how that goes.
That's annoying. Basically, they only opened the entrance at 6:15, and there was a big queue of people. So the time I got through and got changed, got into the pool, it was like, 25 past, and then they were pretty hot at 7:15 on getting people out of the pool. So with that in mind, plus the fact that I was swimming a little bit slower than what I normally would be, I did not hit my intended distance, which is really annoying actually, because I feel like this weekend has gone really well with training. Obviously hitting 70 miles on a bike yesterday, the marathon or half marathon this morning. Like, this swim was to just really top all that off and just conclude a really good training weekend. Not to say it's not been a good training weekend, just because I fell short in my distance. I ended up hitting 1900 meters, so it's basically half Ironman distance swim, which felt comfortable. Like, there were points in that where I felt quite slow and fatigued, and obviously with the fatigue kicking in, my technique was suffering, and because of your technique suffering in swimming, it just impacts everything. So I was a little bit slower, didn't feel as smooth as what I would hope for, but that's just part of obviously accumulating the fatigue before the training. So yeah, really, I just need to get a big swim in, because it's the one thing that I'm kind of not so much lacking confidence with, but let's just go with that. I'm lacking confidence with my swimming. So I just really, in my head, I just want to get like a good 3K plus swim in continuously, to just show myself that I'm pretty much just where I need to be, or there or thereabouts where I need to be. So yeah, good training weekend. I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't hit the distance with the swim, but you know, I'm actually really annoyed that I didn't round it up to 2K, but there we go.
So there we have it. It was a tough weekend, but as I mentioned, it's now Monday, and to be honest, the body is feeling pretty good. And I was actually having a conversation with someone today, and I'm starting to redefine fitness a little bit, in the sense that in my mind, it's not what you can do in isolation. That's a small part of it. But fitness in my mind now is what you can do and then recover from and continue to do. So take any of those one things that I did this weekend. I probably could have done them at any point, but true fitness is then being able to do them, recover, and being able to do them again within a short period afterwards. Because obviously it's no good in the build up to the Ironman to just do a 70-mile bike ride or a half marathon training run and then be absolutely screwed afterwards and take weeks for my body to properly recover. Yes, my legs are sore and I do feel fatigued, but with the good food and the good sleep I've had over the weekend, mentally I'm feeling good, which is actually one of the main things I use to measure my fatigue, because usually after a big effort, the next day I'd be experiencing some brain fog and just taking more time to mentally process things and respond and problem solve. Whereas today I've been pretty sharp between the ears, if I may say so myself. So that's just a good sign that the body is doing what it needs to do, and I contribute that mostly to good sleep